Kalyn Ponga is the richest man in rugby league. He's a naturally gifted elite athlete, receiving offers from several different sporting codes to play in their competition. He won the Dally M Medal as Player of the Year while missing 8 games, almost a third of the season. However, he's had his struggles in his life, with a life-threatening brain infection and a tragic death of a younger brother. This is the story of Kalyn Ponga. Kalyn Ponga was born on the 30th of March 1998 in Port Hedland, Western Australia. He would move around a lot when he was young, moving to Queensland, to New Zealand, then back to Queensland, where his family would settle in Mackay. He played a variety of different sports growing up, playing rugby league, rugby union, touch footy, hockey, soccer, and was a top-tier golf player, winning the Under-13s National Golf Championship in New Zealand. He went to Mackay High School and joined the Rugby League Academy program, also playing junior rugby league for South Mackay. In 2012, he was selected for the Australian Schoolboys Under-15 side, making him only the second player to make the side at 14 years old. In 2013, Ponga got a scholarship with the Brisbane Broncos and moved to Brisbane. He went to the Anglican Church Grammar School and played in their rugby union side in the GPS competition. He was also playing rugby league for the East Tigers in the Cyril Cornell Cup, and he played in the Under-15 schoolboys side again. During his time in Brisbane, he also played Aussie rules, being placed in the Brisbane Lions Academy list. At the end of 2013, at the age of 15, he was being chased by 6 different professional clubs across 3 different sports: the Storm and the Roosters from Rugby League, the Queensland Reds from Rugby Union, and the Brisbane Lions from AFL. And in December, Ponga signed a 4-year deal with the North Queensland Cowboys. In 2015, Ponga played for Australia in the Under-18s Touch Footy Trans-Tasman Series, and also played for the Queensland Under-18s Origin team, and later made his Under-20s debut for Queensland. In 2016, Ponga played for Queensland in the Under-20s again, and at the end of the year, he made his NRL debut for the Cowboys, on the wing in the final series. During the off-season, it was announced on the 28th of November that Ponga had signed a 4-year contract with the Newcastle Knights, starting in the beginning of 2018. The deal made him the highest paid teenager in history. In 2017, he played at fullback for the first time in first grade, in round 3 of the season. Between 2015 and 2017, he played for the Cowboys in the Holden Cup, playing 44 games, scoring 32 tries and kicking 42 goals in the Under-20s, and playing 9 games in first grade, scoring 3 tries. During this time, there was some tragic news that was revealed from Ponga's life. He talked about a life-threatening brain infection he had in his head in his final years of school that kept him bedridden for several months, and also a devastating loss of his younger brother, who was just 18 months old when he tragically drowned. Ponga was only 7 at the time. I was just a little kid. As I got older, and definitely now, I can see why it's brought us so close. Life's pretty short, so you have to make the most of it. Ponga has a bumblebee tattoo to honour his brother. Ponga was eligible in 2018 to represent both Australia and New Zealand in Test footy, as he lived in New Zealand for several years when he was younger, but he wanted to play for Queensland, therefore being eligible for Australia. In round 1 of the season, he made his debut for the Knights as they beat the Manly Seagulls in a nail-biting Golden Point 19-18 win. He scored a try and kicked 3 goals in the match. Later in the year, he made his Origin debut for Queensland in the second game of the series. He played off the bench and out of position, and even though Queensland lost, he still had a fantastic Origin debut. He played 20 games for the Knights this year, from the fullback position, scoring 6 tries and kicking 26 goals. The 2019 season started with Ponga playing in the NRL All-Stars for the Maori team, and in the opening round of the regular season, moved from fullback to 5'8", but only played there for 3 games before moving back to fullback in round 4. Throughout the year, he played in the first 2 Origin games at fullback and finished the season playing 20 games for Newcastle, scoring 11 tries and kicking 47 goals. In October, Ponga was named in the Australian side for the 2019 Rugby League World Cup 9s competition. In 2020, he started the year again, playing in the All-Stars Maori team, and continued solid form, playing at fullback for the Knights throughout the year. He played in 18 games, scoring 10 tries, kicking 46 goals. In the middle of the year, he extended his contract with Newcastle until the end of the 2024 season, with the last 2 years being optional. Ponga would miss the start of the 2021 season due to injury, but returned in round 5. And in round 6, he scored 2 tries in a man of the match performance as the Knights beat the Sharks 26-22. He got injured in round 9 and returned in round 16, where he earned the man of the match again against the Cowboys and the Knights' 38-0 win. This one game was enough for Ponga to be picked for the 3rd game of the Origin series and was a part of their 20-18 win. He played 15 games this year for Newcastle, scoring 8 tries and kicking 10 goals. In 2022, Ponga had signed a new contract with the Newcastle Knights, keeping him at the club for another 5 years until the end of 2027, replacing the existing contract that was in place. The contract is now worth $1.4 million a season, making him the highest paid player in NRL history. Ponga started 2022 strong and played his way into all 3 Origin games. In the 3rd game, Ponga received man of the match in the decider of the Origin series. He ran 299 run meters, 90 of them were kick returns, and 75 post-contact meters. Also, 3 line breaks and 18 tackle breaks, and a try. A few weeks after the game, in round 19, Ponga would receive a concussion that would leave him out for the remainder of the season. This was a worrying sign for him, because he had recently had similar incidents, and the compiling effect of brain injuries could lead to serious long-term damage. While Ponga was supposed to be recovering, he was caught with teammate Kurt Mann in the toilet cubicle at a pub, intoxicated. There was speculation whether the pair had been taking drugs, and were later drug tested. The results came back negative, and Ponga insisted that he was in there because he was sick. Ponga played 14 games for Newcastle this year, scoring 4 tries and kicking 12 goals. Moving to 2023, Ponga would make a move back to the 5'8" position for the start of the season, and in round 2 was taken from the field with another concussion within the first 2 minutes of the game. This was Ponga's 4th concussion in the past 10 months. He would end up travelling to Canada to get advanced tests on his brain to determine if he had brain damage. If the result came back positive, he would likely be forced into an early retirement, but luckily for him, there was no signs of brain damage. After his recovery, he would return in round 8 as the Knights continued their rocky season. After a few weeks back playing, he returned to fullback towards the end of the season. The Knights would be sitting at 14th on the ladder at round 17. Then, the Knights went on a 9-game winning streak to end the regular season, jumping them up the ladder into 5th place. They would beat the Canberra Raiders in a grand final style thriller in the first round of the finals to extend their win streak to 10 in a row, but would lose to the Warriors in the next week of the finals. Even though Ponga missed out on 8 games during the regular season, he was still awarded the Dally M Medal as Player of the Year and received the Fullback of the Year as well. He played 20 games this year for the Knights, scoring 9 tries and kicking 46 goals. This year in 2024, he started the season as normal, playing in the first 6 rounds. Then in round 7, he would leave the field with a foot injury and was ruled out for the next several weeks, and only returned to the field in round 18 as Newcastle beat the Raiders 16-12. This game would be enough for Ponga to be called back into the Queensland side for Game 3 and the deciding game of the Origin series. He played off the bench, but didn't have the impact that I'm sure Queenslanders were hoping for, and they lost the game 14-4. Kalyn Ponga is truly an exceptional player who has overcome a lot of setbacks in his life to be where he is today. He's currently the highest paid player in the league, and is likely to stay this way until the end of 2027. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I post videos like this twice a week, and if you want to watch another one, click the video on screen.